Western Spring Television. Ours it is.
How are you doing? Your fitness host is here again, and of course Spring Delight is the program. My name is Ajibike Anjorin. You already know on Spring Delight, the very first segment we take you through the world of exercise. This is where we help you burn out calories even from the comfort of your home. Don't just sit back and watch us do our thing. Let us experience it together. And when we come back, I bet you're going to be sweating like I am. Enjoy the rest of this Saturday with us. Last 15. Now we go 20 before 25. Should we have 25 before 20? All right, 20 before 25. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 20. Go inside your power. 2, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. They don't know it's a million party ranking. The fire can cool. I'm chilling with DJ Ayuba. Bomb them. Last 15, 20, 25. That's it, Remember, we have 15, 20, 25 to get our 60. All right, ready? 1, 2, 3, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 20. 1, 2, 3, go.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
No, it's not touching down. Ah, this one will not touch down.
9 and 0. Exchange the leg.
Woo. Sorry.
I have go for the leg again. Say, let your head go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Odo. Now go in. 3, 2, 1, go. 1, go. 2. Let's go. 3, 4, 5. Go down. Magic carry yourself. Let's go. 8, 9, 10. Bring the leg out. Now pass it down. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now let's start. 10, 10, 5, 5 seconds. Walk. 1, like that. 5. Make sure go back to one mark. I'll let you back. So now let's start. Go by 10, 10. 10, 10, 5, 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, go. 1. 2, right it in. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 5 seconds. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 10. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. How many? 10. Now where you are sitting, let's go. Breathe in. Out. In again. Out. Taking air through the nose. Release through the mouth. Let's go. Mouth. Nose again. Mouth. Let's go. 3, 2, 1. Shoot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
20.
Remain at 20. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take position for 90. 3, 2, 1, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's take 100. 3, 2, 1, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Start. 10,
good time today at the TJ Fitness and You Center. It was really nice. I burned out calories. It was light, but yes, I enjoyed every bit of it. And I hope you did too. Of course, Spring Delight is the program. And we're going to be taking you through the rest of our Saturday. Enjoy the rest of your weekend with us. It's a beautiful, beautiful Saturday morning. Good morning to our amazing viewers at home. It is another Saturday again. And
the last for the month.
Spring Delights is the program, and we were back again. We bring it to you from the hours of 9 to 11 a.m. And this particular Saturday, it's another exciting edition, no doubt about that. My name is Ajibike Anjorin Ojo.
Tunde, Idowu is my name at Irresistible TD on X, and it promises to be exciting because quite a whole lot is in stock for us on the show today. You don't know how we do it. If you're joining us for the very first time, though, let's just give you a lineup of what we have for you very shortly.
Okay, so yeah, we have our celebrity birthdays. This is where we celebrate our non-celebrities here on TV, and we keep saying it to you. If you want to be celebrated on television too, you can always reach out to us on all our social media platforms, and we could be celebrating you on TV. And of course, we have our Today in History. This is where we bring to you things that have happened in our dear nation, Nigeria, way back.
And all over the world.
Exactly. And we bring it to you again to keep you in the loop.
So let's just move on the show this morning, as it promises, as we do here. It promises to be very entertaining and very enlightening. Spring Delight from Western Spring Television. Let's bring you Today in History, and let's celebrate those who we are supposed to celebrate as well. Stay with us.
Television gives everyone an image, but radio gives birth to 1,000,000 images in 1,000,000 brains. People say video killed the radio star, but here in Osun State, radio is very much alive and thriving. It is not just about tuning in. It is about tapping into the endless possibilities of the human imagination.
Welcome to Rave 91.7 FM, where the airwaves come alive with a symphony of voices, music, and ideas.
Nestled in the heart of Osogbo, this station isn't just a broadcaster, it's a storyteller, a magician weaving dreams in the minds of its listeners. As Peggy Nonan aptly puts it, radio allows us to paint our own pictures, to create our own words with every spoken word and every note played.
Inside the walls of Rave FM, the magic happens. From the crackling energy of morning talk shows to the soul-stirring melodies of afternoon playlists, Every moment is an invitation to explore, to dream, and to connect.
Whether it's news, music, or lively discussions, Rave 91.7 FM is more than just a radio station. It's a companion, a confidant, and a catalyst for change in the community. Fast forward 7 years from the birth of Rave 91.7 FM, a beacon of youth culture and innovation, and we find ourselves just a couple of days away from a momentous occasion, the birthday of Western Spring Television, WSTV. With hyper-local reach and language, WSTV speaks directly to its audience in a 60-40 mix of Yoruba and English languages, ensuring that everyone feels represented and included.
Built on a tested and trusted system, WSTV upholds the value of truth and integrity, serving as a beacon of objectivity in a sea of media noise.
We reflect on the journey that brought us here, from humble beginnings to a trusted source of information and inspiration. WSTV stands as a testament to the power of media to inform, educate, and empower. So join us as we continue to break barriers, challenge norms, and pave the way for a brighter, more inclusive media landscape. Western Spring Television, where every story matters and every voice is heard.
If today's your birthday, or tomorrow, or it had been earlier in the week, we say happy birthday to you. No doubt about that. Right. One of the major things that has been ravaging the world, not just Nigeria alone, it's very prominent and it's very, very common to people all over the world, is that aspect of depression, which probably at times it leads to suicide. There's this psychological stress that comes up to the point at which one will say, look, because this isn't happening for me, the next thing is suicide. Why should this be so? Or probably your boyfriend decides to say, I ain't doing no more, or your girlfriend or your wife or husband says, I ain't doing no more, and the next thing is you go hang yourself somewhere.
The sad part about it is 5 of 10 people, you know, by the time you're having a conversation with them, you just hear, I was going through depression. I mean, like 5 of 10 again, you just hear, I was dealing with depression, both the male and both the female. I don't know when depression became a thing. I don't know when it actually became like, it's almost like a lifestyle now. And that is the essence of today. We are going to be talking about depression and suicide.
Yeah, and we have with us a psychiatrist, behavioral psychologist, who will be talking with us to us about depression and suicide. It's a pleasure to have Dr. Ayuba and Tunde in the house. Thank you, Doctor, and good morning to you.
Good morning.
Good morning,
audience,
sir.
And I'm happy to be here.
Thank you.
And I hope we're going to have a nice time on that topic.
Sure.
Definitely.
Dr. Ayuba, let's look at the state at which people tend to think to resolve this is to go into suicide, commit suicide. But then, should that be the last resort?
All right, thank you so much. You see, when we are talking about suicide, it's a complex issue, which has many faces. It's some of it generates from biological factors. Some are on account of some psychological issues. Some are from social issues. And as you mentioned earlier, that depression is rising, which we could attribute to mental illness. Depression is a form of mental illness, which when we are looking at suicide, about 90% of incidents of suicide is a result of some psychological issues that is going on. Some people, they have some physical health, which leads to suicide. Some have social factors, economic meltdown, things are not working, family issues, which leads to suicide. And when we are looking at how to address suicide, these are areas that we need to focus on, because, you know, understanding how it starts will help us to understand how to address it. So if we really want to address suicide, which is on the rise and is worrisome, and is something that globally it calls for a major attention.
Urgent attention.
Exactly. And so we need to look at what are those things that lead to suicide.
Okay.
So that we can be able to curb it at those stage. Who are those now that are having experience that now that at the point of getting to suicide, we need to address it at that moment.
Sure.
And what are other things that we need to adjust so that even when people want to attempt suicide, they don't have the resources to end their life by themselves.
Okay.
Now, let so before I bring in James here, let's look at it. Let's take Nigeria as a case study here.
Okay.
Everybody will all tend to say the space at which the economy is
the system is not working.
It's not working. I can't afford this
and all that.
Things like that. And even to the extent I've heard people who probably had tried examinations and failed. They have to reseat. They have to rerun. But so many things. When a human being tends to start having that
suicidal thoughts,
what could be done?
All
because it's a behavioral thing. What could be done?
All right. Thank you for that question. At that moment, I was trying to talk about preventing suicide.
Exactly.
Yes.
Now, when it has the edge
gotten to that level,
yes, get it to almost completed suicide in a good setting. You know, that's why we are talking about the brain drain. Overseas, a lot of doctors, and in particular psychiatrists.
Dr. Ayuba, please hold on. When you said in a
good setting.
In a good setting, what do you mean good setting? In
a good setting, it's expected that a doctor should be able to attend to 6,000, not more than that. And in Nigeria now, we're talking of almost like a doctor to 1 million. So those are the challenges that we are facing in this part of the world. Because in managing suicide, we talk about accessibility. When people have problems, they should be able to walk up to a health center where they can express their problems, express their feelings. In many schools, just as you said, in school, higher institutions, there should be a mental health professionals that can attend to the students. In primary school, secondary school, there should be a mental health specialist that evaluate our children, that look at how they are coping, how they are growing, how their brain developing well. But all these things are absent. So and that's why overseas they place a high priority on that. Despite that they have shortage of it, they are taking we are down already. They are taking more of our professionals to their own end to take care of their own. So we need to have a more robust health system. That's number one. Okay. So we need to address stigma.
Stigma.
Yes. A lot of stigma goes with suicide. A lot of stigma goes with mental health. You see, many of us will look at when people talk about that they are depressed, we see them as a weak person. Now, how can you say you are depressed? We look at even the rich. The rich could be depressed.
Absolutely.
How they find it difficult to come out and talk about it. So many people are going through turbulent situations and they are keeping it to themselves. I know they've said that a problem that is shared is half solved. So once they are the only one going through it all alone, it becomes a big burden, and after a while, it becomes something that is beyond them, and they think that the way out is to end it. I would say that many times from my practice, I've come to understand that when people are going to depression, it's like a pain, and nobody wants to bear pain for long. Everyone to run away.
They want to run away and end the pain.
Exactly. So the thinking becomes faulty. In attempt to get out of that pain, the thinking becomes faulty, and it looks at everything and it looks blink, and he sees the only way that, oh, let me get out of this world as the option. And that becomes more enticing to him. That psychological explanation of suicide.
So statistically, we've been made to understand that women go through more of the depression.
Exactly.
Why is this?
All right, thank you so much for that question. I would say that so many studies have looked at the life of a woman. From the biological makeup, they are more at risk the hormonal, the estrogen is one of those things that could predispose people to depression. The way they were brought up, a lot of women are those that go through child abuse, that go through sexual assault, are those that go through home violence. So they are the one that's a lot of pressure. Many times the men, they leave the children with them. And these are risk factors. Studies have shown that when a woman does not have a confidence, have 3 or more children that are less than 11 years old, is not working, these are major risk factors for a woman. So those are the reason why women are more at risk of depression. So in terms of biological, in terms of psychological, in terms of social, they appear to be vulnerable, if we have to put it that way.
Now, after depression sets in, what's the next thing that comes to mind? Is it after depression, is that when the suicidal thoughts get in?
Okay, before I answer your question, I also want to, yes, depression is one of the most common predisposing factors to suicide, but it's not just depression alone. Schizophrenia is a risk factor to suicide. Substance use, especially alcohol, is a risk factor to suicide. Anxiety, neurotic experiences, traumatic experiences, all these are risk factors, but depression is the most. And it's not just mental illness that lead to suicide. There are other factors also, social factors, as I said, economy, people get frustrated. Now, when people are depressed, depression is a process. One time or the other, we feel like down for some time, but we get out of it.
Definitely.
And that is, we call it normal emotional reaction, which is expected. But when it persists, once a depression persists more than 2 weeks, we see it as a disorder. And at that moment, it needs an intervention. Now, if it now persists, there is cognitive aspect of depression. There is emotional aspect of depression. Once the cognitive aspect of depression comes in, the person will start experiencing hopelessness. From that hopelessness, it will start experiencing worthlessness. It sees himself as of no value. Because there is a negative affect that we call it. It begins to see the world as against him. Everything is not working. He sees himself also like it doesn't really need to live. And from there, from that worthlessness, he now progress to suicidal ideas. Suicidal ideas as a way of escape from the pain that he's going through. So it's from that angle, that from that suicidal ideas, then suicidal thoughts start coming in. They start planning it, and they start making effort to attempt. And if it's successful, then it end up with suicide.
Wow. Dr. Yakola, let's try bring this back a little bit. When you see that human being there, you see that young man, that young lady, that man or that woman there, how can you identify and say, this man is depressed, this woman is depressed? Which probably, of course, and it's just as you rightly explained to us, it's something that culminates gradually. It goes from the lower ebb and it builds up before one knows that person might probably want to go jump in a dam, probably take an insecticide and pass on. What is the behavioral process that a normal person, I can just, something is wrong. I can notice in that person to say something is wrong and this person needs urgent attention?
All right, that's a very good question. And those are areas that we as professionals, we educate the relatives to watch out for, especially when people are depressed. They don't just come up with the suicidal behavior, suicidal behavior in context, or everything that has to do with suicide, from ideas, thoughts, attempt, then it's called suicidal behavior. It's a process. And if somebody is depressed, such an individual will start experiencing low mood, feeling unhappy, sad, and this could go with feeling tired, not willing to walk,
not interested,
exactly. Someone that on a good day, he loves music, now doesn't want to engage in anything. Those are symptoms of depression. He may now start losing appetite, find difficult to concentrate at work, may not be sleeping well, and all sort of behaviors. Now, concerning suicide, what are those things that before people commit suicide, they give us warnings?
Okay.
And these are things that the society, relatives should be watching out for. When you have someone that has mental illness, not just depression, be watching out for warning signs.
Yes.
And what are those warning signs? They start giving some body language of not interested in what naturally they should be pursuing. They start losing interest. They may start giving out their things. They start giving out their things. Some of them, they may start writing notes. Some of them, they may start gathering things that they want to use to commit suicide. So, you know, so many times some people say on social media, you see some people making some comments that, oh, you want to end it all. Why is living? These are warning signs. Don't let us joke with it. Don't just let us say, ah, no, he's my friend. I saw him yesterday. It's fine. It's just cracking jokes.
We shouldn't be nonchalant, huh?
At all. Warning sign that suggests that somebody wants to get out of this world are very important. When somebody decides that, you say that someone is gathering ropes, these are warning signs. These are warning signs. You see someone that is buying fuel for no cogent reason, you know that these are warning, especially when there is background mental illness. So these are warning signs that we should be watching out for. Watch out for suicidal notes, suicidal messages. Watch out for someone that on a normal day is outgoing, but now appears to be giving out things, appears as if he wants to get out of this world.
What do you mean by background mental illness, though?
All right. Yes, background mental illness is, as I said, depression is.
Oh, okay. All that's put together.
Yes. Alcohol. Someone that has alcohol problem. Someone that has schizophrenia. Someone that has sometimes anxiety disorders. Someone that has PTSD. Someone that has bipolar affective disorder.
Okay.
These are risk factors. These are background mental illness.
So now, what is the first aid given to? Okay, this person is depressed. What is that first aid that you should be administered to such a person and someone with suicidal thoughts? You run into this person, first aid.
For depression,
okay,
it depends on how severe it is. But for a layman, I would say they should encourage such an individual to go and see a psychiatrist or a psychologist, to go and see a mental health specialist or mental health nurse. They will be able to evaluate and know how severe it is. Some depression doesn't really need a lot of intervention. They just need relief. Let the person know, okay, why not do this? Seek for this support. Be on this medication, and the person will be fine. Now, concerning suicide, whenever you see someone at risk of suicide, the most appropriate thing is that such person should, as fast as possible, get him to a mental health professional. In overseas, what they do is they have hotlines. That's when somebody is feeling like those suicidal ideas are coming, he has someone he can always call. And once he calls, ambulance will come around, they will evaluate, and if need be, they evaluate him to a safe zone where he can be observed, monitored until those suicidal ideas thoughts resolve.
I mean, you made a statement the other time and I picked onto it. I mean, when you see people these days, when they talk about having depression and all that, by the time you ask them and have a conversation with them, you find out, oh, okay, maybe joblessness, maybe not having enough, you know, the society in general and all. Then you said even the rich get depressed. I kind of feel money, I mean, we are made to believe that money answers all things. So explain the depression of a rich man.
All right. Yes, as I said, you see, mental illness is not what we are. We can't attribute it to what is happening now. It's a process. As I said, when you are looking at a woman, is a woman that when they are at a younger age, they are being neglected. They are not given enough attention. You know, especially in this part of the world, the father wants to train the male child, while the female are the one that hawk around, are at risk of child abuse, at risk of sexual assault. So these are the things that build up. Now, somebody that has had a traumatic childhood, those are risk factors of depression. Some people, they have some genetic makeup which predispose them to depression. Even the stress of normal day-to-day activities. So it's not just about money. If you know the workload that some of these high executives that they are involved in, you know, apply for contracts, get these disappointments here and there. So it's not just about money. So these are things that could build up, and now lead to depression. The high expectation from the society, and that's why a lot of celebrities, they're at risk of depression, because there is higher expectation from the society. They want to meet up, they want to satisfy audience, they want to, and psychologically, psychology is not just about finances. There is a lot of conflict that is going on. This is who I am, this is what the society wants. I'm finding difficult to meet up with this. These are things that goes on in the brain, and it leads to a lot of neurotransmitter becoming dysfunctioning. And before you know it, such an individual may come down with depression.
It's a little bit scary, but
yeah, it is what it is.
It is, honestly. But Doctor, please help us out. You've been able to give us a clear insight to so many things here.
Yeah.
When one finds someone, if you ask them, look, the nearest mental health hospital is the best. But, you know, there could be some very, I'm trying to get the right words, not stubborn, not dangerous. But can we just say that depression can be averted in one's life? Because everybody, even the rich also cry.
Yeah, right.
You have everything, but still, not to now talk about the common man who's there. How possible can depression be averted in one's life? What is the process? What can one do in spite of challenges, situations? What can one do to say, look, I ain't going to get myself depressed?
All right, thank you so much for that question. How we say that is appears to be a multi-sectorial issue. Just imagine someone that grew up in the slum. I used to use this illustration. If you have a brand new car, and you are driving it, but where you are driving it is a rough road with a lot of gallops, a lot of hip-hops, and after a while, you find yourself now in a better terrain. The damages that happened while you were in that rough road will still be there with you.
Okay.
So it's just waiting for a major event that will break the iceberg. So we need to look at it from the onset. When we want to prevent, we need to look at it from the onset, and that is why it has to start from the community, from government. How are we raising our children? How are we nurturing our children? Before they now grow up and be able to manage themselves and say, okay, I need to avoid this, so that I won't have depression. So we need to lay a good foundation. That is going to help a long way. You know, people have attributed adverse childhood experiences to a major risk factor to depression, many mental illness, and even physical conditions, which I think we need to start paying attention to. The stability of our children, the safety of our children, the nurturing of our children is going to do a long way. Now, after we've done that, the school has to come in place, because it's a transition.
Okay.
You know, someone that had a good childhood, get to school but is being bullied. Get to university, there are a lot of issues in the university. Understand? Now you now grow up. Before you can now start saying, oh, I need to avoid alcohol. I need to manage my health well. I need to sleep well. I need to eat well. I need to cope well with stressful situations. So these are things that we need to start working on. However, I will still say that despite all this, because it's a multifactorial, the genetic makeup has a role to play. Some people, by virtue of who they are, by virtue of where they are coming from, their father and their mother, the genetics makeup, it make them a risk factors. So if we need to go to that extent, then we need to start screening. Who are those that have those genetic makeup? Follow them up, evaluate, and I would still say that a lot of research has to be done. And life sometimes, nobody can really, what's going on in Israel and in Palestine is beyond those people control. So aftermath of this, some people will come down with depression. There may be flooding at a place of work. Your employer say you should go home. It's beyond you. So we looking at it is a as I said, multi-sectorial. It's like a hydra with so many tentacles. So if we need to address them, we need to look at so many factors. People get married for one reason. There is conflict in the marriage. People give birth. There are issues. The way you want your child to grow up is not the way your child is growing up. So I think once you start noticing that you are not having a good feeling, your mental state is not good, then go and see a mental health specialist.
And definitely, that's the advice I was about to say. Please give to us. Well, it's been enlightening, because honestly, it's something that scares me a whole lot. If you have to kill a chicken, you know what it looks like now. To now talk about you taking your own life. By and large, I want to thank Dr. Tunde for this very enlightening topic about depression, suicide, behavioral things we need to know. We wish you the best. But before we go, what is the prevalence here in Osun State? Do we have? Is it rampant or is it on the low ebb?
When we're looking at depression, I would say from Nigeria or globally, studies have shown that about 8 to 10% of people in a year have depressive illness. And in this part of the world, it's higher. Even suicide is higher in Nigeria than globally. And I would still say that that is underreported. It's been said that almost like about in 20 to 100,000 people. So in the Nigeria population of 200 million, we are saying almost like about 2,000 in a year commit suicide, which is a lot. Which is a lot for us to start thinking, how can we reduce this tide? And I think we can. We really want to. It's just that we need to put effort, we need to plan, we need to strategize, and by so doing, we can make progress and become a better country.
Dr. Ayuba, today, we want to thank you most sincerely for taking time out to enlighten us on this. Wish you the very best. Dr. Ayuba is a behavioral expert when it comes to looking at suicide, depression, and please don't get that depression. You can't even get depressed.
But surprisingly, do you know that doctors
do get it as well?
Even they are at risk. They are at risk. A lot of doctors, I've known some doctors that commit suicide.
Wow.
One, because by nature of their work, the workload is much. They have access to things that they could use to commit suicide. So a lot of doctors go through depression, because they are human too.
Absolutely.
You know, the doctor said something. He said, if we have to make it go on a low or eradicate it, we have to work towards it, we have to strategize. I'm going to say it is in our hands. We don't have to involve the government in a whole lot of things that is happening around us. I think it starts from us. What happened to be your brother's keeper? What happened to we looking out for one another? What happened to we checking up on one another? I think it starts from these little things.
Exactly.
You know,
I agree.
Keep in touch with your neighbor. Don't be like, I want to eat alone. You know, look at what is happening around you. If you have the capability to help within your neighborhood, I think you are going to be helping one person in one way or the other. Depression, we don't have to go as far as taking it to the government. It starts from us. So yes, we had an amazing time with the doctor and it was quite enlightening. And now we are going to be going off for spring delicacy, and of course our fruit report. The food part, this is that part that I like so much, and I like Tunde too.
All right, stay with us, and we will be back very shortly.
Very shortly. Commercially cultivated grapes can usually be classified as either table or wine grapes, based on their intended method of consumption. Eaten raw, table grapes, or used to make wine, wine grapes. The sweetness of grapes depends on when they are harvested, as they do not continue to ripen once picked. While almost all of them belong to the same species, Vitis vinifera, table and wine grapes have significant differences brought about through selective breeding. Table grape cultivars tend to have large seedless fruits with relatively thin skin. Wine grapes are smaller, usually seeded, and have relatively thick skins, a desirable characteristic in wine making. Since much of the aroma in wine comes from the skin, wine grapes also tend to be very sweet. They are harvested at a time when their juice is approximately 24% sugar by weight. By comparison, commercially produced 100% grape juice made from the table grapes is usually around 15% sugar by weight. Seedless cultivars now make up the overwhelming majority of table grape plantings because grapevines are vegetatively propagated by cuttings. The lack of seeds does not present a problem for reproduction. It is an issue for breeders who must either use a seeded variety as the female parent or rescue embryos early in developing using tissue culture techniques. There are several sources of the seedlessness trait, and essentially all commercial cultivators get it from one of three sources: Thompson seedless, Russian seedless, and the black Manuka, all being cultivars of Vitis vinifera. There are currently more than a dozen varieties of seedless grapes. Several, such as Einset seedless, Benjamin's Gonels, Prime seedless grapes, Reliance, and Venus, have been specifically cultivated for the hardiness and quality in the relatively cold climate of northeastern United States and southern Ontario. Grapes are eaten raw, dried as raisins, currants, and sultanas, or cooked. Also, depending on grape cultivar, grapes are used in winemaking. Grapes can be processed into a multitude of products such as jams, juice, vinegars, and oils. Commercially cultivated grapes are classified as either table or wine grapes. These categories are based on their intended method of consumption. Grapes that are eaten raw are table grapes, or grapes that are used to make wine are wine grapes. Table grapes cultivars normally have large seedless fruits and thin skins. Wine grapes are smaller in comparison to table grapes, usually contain seeds and have thicker skins, a desirable characteristic in making wine. Most of the aroma in wine is from the skin. Wine grapes tend to have a high sugar content. They are harvested at peak sugar level, approximately 24% sugar by weight. In comparison, commercially produced 100% grape juice made from the table grapes are normally around 15% sugar by weight. In most of Europe and North America, Dried grapes are referred to as raisins or the local equivalent. In the UK, 3 different varieties are recognized, forcing the EU to use the term dried vine fruit or in official documents. A raisin is a dried grape, while raisin is a French loanword. The word in French refers to the fresh fruit, grape, from which the English grape is derived, referred to the bunch. A raisin in French is called raisin sec. A currant is a dried Zante black currant grape, the name being a corruption of the French raisin, the currant grape, the name of the black and red currant, now more usually black currant and red currant, 2 berries unrelated to grapes, are derived from this use. Some other fruits of similar appearance are also named, for example, Australian currant, native currant, Indian currant. A sultana was originally a raisin made from sultana grapes of Turkish origin, known as Thompson seedless in the United States. But the word is now applied in raisins made from either white grapes or red grapes that are bleached to resemble the traditional sultana. Grape juice is obtained from crushing and blending grapes into liquid. The juice is often sold in stores and fermented and made into wine, brandy, or vinegar. Grape juice that have been pasteurized, removing any naturally occurring yeast, will not ferment if kept sterile, and thus contains no alcohol. In the wine industry, grape juice that contain 7 to 23% of pulp, skins, stem, and seed is often referred to as a must in North America. The most common grape juice is purple and made from Concord grapes, while white grape juice is commonly made from Niagara grapes, both of which are varieties of Native American grapes, a different species from European wine grapes. In California, Sultana, known there as Thompson seedless grapes, are sometimes diverted from the raisins or table market to produce white juice.
This vegetable soup is made with fluted pumpkin leaves, that's ugu, and water leaves. Let's just dive right into the recipe. We'll be using our fluted pumpkin leaves, that's ugu. Wash the leaves properly, cut them up, and I sprinkle some salt and just let it stand. The next we'll be using is water leaf. This water leaf, just make sure you watch this video to the end so that you know how I prepared the water leaf before use. This is not the end result. So I'm going to use some pepper and some crayfish. I mixed the pepper, I used yellow pepper, I used the red one. I'm going to use goat meat for this. Some komo, that's cow skin. Some stockfish, I've soaked this in salt water so it's soft. Periwinkle and some dried catfish. So I'm going to make sure you season the meat properly. You're going to cook the meat, the stockfish, and the komo together. I put in 2 seasoning cubes and some salt. Add the onion, chopped onions. And just cover this to cook. Now this is it. 7 minutes later, I'm going to add water. Add water to allow it cook. I don't want this soup to be watery, so I'm going to add a little water. My goat meat is soft already. It's a soft type, not a very hard type. Put in the dried fish now and let them cook together. I'm adding some yellow pepper to give it some flavor and little heat. Cover this to cook. While the meat is on fire, I'm going to work on the water leaf. The water leaf has a lot of liquid. This is rainy season now, so the water leaf has so much water and I don't want that, so I'm going to squeeze out some of the liquid. As I'm doing this, of course my leaves are going to shrink. They're not going to be as much as they were. This is how much liquid came out of the leaves. So this is what would have been in my soup. Now back to our meat. Our meat is almost, in fact it's ready. So I'm going to just put in the periwinkles. The periwinkles are normally kind of cooked before they are removed, so it does not take long for them to cook. Put in your pepper and crayfish mix. Mix it up a bit. Cover it so the periwinkle will cook for about 3 minutes. Now I'm going to put in the oil, my palm oil. I'll cover this and let it cook for another 3 minutes. Now this is ready to receive my vegetables. I'm putting in my squeezed water leaves now. Vegetables are so healthy. In fact, you can't go wrong with vegetables. If you're seeking to lose weight, if you want to build your blood level, if you want to have increased antioxidants in your system, vegetable soup is the way to go. So allow this cook for 3 minutes. Now I'm going to put in my fluted pumpkin leaves, my ugu leaves. Before I put them in, I just squeeze a little. Now I have not added anything in this soup because the seasoning I put at the beginning and the salt are okay. Bearing in mind that salt was also added to the leaves, so you don't correct your seasoning when you have not yet put your ugu leaves, your fluted pumpkin leaves. When you put the leaves, then you can taste and adjust accordingly, so you do not oversalt your food. I've added a little salt because I noticed I need some more salt. I'm adding palm oil too. Feel free to leave your own. You don't need to add much palm oil if you don't want. But I added more palm oil because I wanted it to have a particular look and taste. I'll cover this up for like 3 minutes, 3 to 4 minutes. They don't need to cook for a long time. If not, they're going to get brown and lose their nutritional value. Our soup is practically ready, guys. This soup is delicious. This soup, in fact, you can customize it to suit your taste. Are you a fan of vegetable soup? Which is your best vegetable soup? Yeah, so this is how easy it is to cook yourself delicious Nigerian style vegetable soup. You can have this with your eba, you can have this with your semo, you can have this with any swallow of your choice. You can even use it on the side with rice. Yeah guys, so I've turned off the heat. The soup is ready. You can see the vegetables are still green, still has that nice look, and there's still a little crunch to the vegetables. This is our soup. This is the final result.
Music they come and they go, and they sing my food. When they hear me, they sing, and they dance my music. Hello, Mr. Johnson. Negative has turned to positive by the grace of our Lord. We haven't seen nothing yet. Olofo to binu ologo, ẹ̀ráyé lóde. Wọ́n fapá jánu lórí ìrọ̀lì, àwa tí lóde. Ibi lolórí tí ó kọ́mọ́, Adewale Ayuba. Olórin tí ó kọ́mọ́, ọmọ Tálímọ̀ Ṣàdíyà. Ẹyẹ máa fi iṣẹ́ mi wé tí wọ́n jọlí. Ó yàtọ̀ sí jọlíjọlí kò dẹjọ́. Ẹyẹ fomi balùwẹ̀ fiwé tó lókun àlùjọ, ọwọ́ mi ló wà òṣùpá. Ajá tó ń lọ tó ń jùrùjùrù lójú ọlọ́dẹ ti pẹran tọ́lọ́dẹ ò jẹ ni. Ajá ti pata sọ́lọ́dẹ lẹ́nu. Olófo tó ń bínú ológo, ẹ̀ráyé lóde. Wọ́n fapá jánu lórí ìrọ̀lì, àwa tí lóde. Malọ́nà gẹ̀rẹ́ má lọ sùn jọ. Malọ́nà gẹ̀rẹ́ má lọ sùn jọ. Ó ti pọ̀ jù wélé bọ̀jẹ̀. Malọ́nà gẹ̀rẹ́ má lọ sùn jọ. Ó ti pọ̀ jù wélé bọ̀jẹ̀. Malọ́nà gẹ̀rẹ́ má lọ sùn jọ. Ó ti pọ̀ jù wélé bọ̀jẹ̀. I work so hard towards my dreams. I never give up. Let no one put me down. Nobody calls me. Brave of the moment, but current forever. When people say no, mercy say yes. Oh, I be ni bí yàtọ̀ sóhun àbíní. Tí kẹ́sìkẹ́ bá kó skẹ́, Fújì ló dá afro. Àwọn Yankee náà wọ́pọ̀. Olófo tó ń bínú ológo, ẹ̀ráyé lóde. Wọ́n fapá jánu lórí ìrọ̀lì, àwa tí lóde. Malọ́nà gẹ̀rẹ́ má lọ sùn jọ. Malọ́nà gẹ̀rẹ́ má lọ sùn jọ. Ó ti pọ̀ jù wélé bọ̀jẹ̀. Malọ́nà gẹ̀rẹ́ má lọ sùn jọ. Ó ti pọ̀ jù wélé bọ̀jẹ̀. Malọ́nà gẹ̀rẹ́ má lọ sùn jọ. Ó ti pọ̀ jù wélé bọ̀jẹ̀. Olórin tí ó kọ́mọ́nù, Adewale Ayuba.
All right, welcome back, and it's still Spring Delight from Western Spring Television. And we keep saying something real good, that Nigeria is a country that has an abundance of talent and legends. One of such is I don't want to say young, because when I say young man, all of you tend to say, is he young? Yeah, I keep saying, he's a young man.
And the reason why I don't want to doubt that with you is calling him a grandpa would be like an abomination. You know what I mean? Even calling him a daddy almost seems like, oh, don't do that. I mean, I would call you a grandpa, while I'd call him a daddy.
Are you kidding me?
I'm kidding you. I mean, it's got the pink lips, it got the flat tummy. You're having like a bit. You are packless. Why are you packless? What are you doing?
I'm going to ask. Okay, I don't. Let me.
Honestly, don't mind me. Let me have fun.
All right. It's a very big pleasure having Dr. Adewale Ayuba, Mr. Johnson, join us via Zoom this morning on the show. And what was that song? Koloba, Koloba. Good morning to you, Dr. Adewale Ayuba.
Good morning, Tunde. Good morning, Ajibike.
Good morning,
I'm happy to be here.
Thank you for joining us. Well, I don't know. Is this a remix Adewale Ayuba? Because the one I saw in the song some few minutes ago has no white beards. Now, the one I'm talking to now is full of white beards. What's happening? Is this the same Adewale Ayuba that we know?
That is my news phone. People call me now Mr. Uncommon. So.
Oh, really? No.
That is the uncommon in me.
Wow, that is beautiful.
I am going to ask you, sir, how have you managed to stay this fit? I mean, looking at you, you're packless, or like Olatunde here, who's got like a bit of a pot belly, but you are so fit. You have your shorts on, and it looks so. How have you managed to stay fit, sir?
Yeah, my sister, we just have to thank God for everything, you know. And the Tunde that I'm looking at, the guy is very fit, so you can't say that on my brother.
All right, let's just get further. Thank you, Doctor. You see yourself.
I'll deal with you later.
Let's look at the man, the legend, because honestly, the likes of us grew up listening to your songs, and we've seen how well you've done for yourself in the music industry here in Nigeria and virtually all around the world. For you as Dr. Adewale Ayuba, if you weren't Dr. Adewale Ayuba, do you think you are fulfilled with what you do at this moment in time?
You see, I give glory to God, but I will let you know that if I'm not singing Fuji, I would love to be a lecturer, a teacher.
Oh. Why? Mind tell us.
You see, we just have to respect teacher. Whatever we become, now, you know that to the glory of God and our lecturers, our teachers, those are the people. Those are our pathfinders. So, which we can never joke with them. So I would love to be somebody like that people will respect. You people will realize that Jesus Christ is a teacher.
No doubt.
They are not being Muhammad, the Muslim are following that. They are all a teacher. So I think I really want to be a teacher if I'm not a Fuji singer.
I thought he was going to say he wanted to be an actor.
Oh, why?
Because he dabbled, you dabbled into that like the early parts of your life, if I'm correct, sir.
Come again, Ajibike.
I said, was there a point in your life where you featured in some movies?
Yeah, I've done that once with Igwe, the guy that they call Igwe, Mr. Olaya. Yeah, it's been a long time anyway.
Okay. Yeah, let's do a quick check because of our international audience to say, hey, who is this man they're talking to? Because, you know, I actually started by saying, is this a true Dr. Adewale Ayuba? The one we've always known is always the clean shave. But here you are, is the Mr. Uncommon now. Let's do a quick background of who Dr. Adewale Ayuba is. Where do you hail from? Where is Dr. Adewale Ayuba from? What part of Nigeria are you from?
Yes, I'm from Ikeneremo, Ogun State.
Okay.
Ikeneremo, Ogun State. Wow. No,
yeah.
We're not too far away from each other. Don't worry. And let's just look at it. What do you enjoy? The best meal? Your best meal is what?
You mean my first meal early in the morning?
Tell us.
Should be akara.
Okay, that's a traditional man.
Are you serious?
It will be.
Oh my goodness! But let's look at the point at which the music industry is when you started years ago, Dr. Adewale Ayuba, and looking at where we are today. How will you compare days of?
You see.
Go ahead.
My brother, it's like day and night anyway. It's just like a day and night. Because all the opportunities that we are given when we are growing, there's no such thing anymore in Nigeria now. When we are growing, there's a ministry they call the censor board.
Okay.
That after writing your song, you have to take it to them. They will listen to it. They will see the advantages of the song that you are trying to release to the public. If it is okay, if it is negative music, if it is positive music, they don't just allow you to release without checking it out from the censor board. And there's nothing like that in Nigeria any longer.
So how did you think we get there, sir? What did you think? What did you think went wrong along the line?
I wouldn't know. I mean, I would say it's all of us. It's government. You see, corruption kills. We know that, and I believe that they will still. I know the military will still be there, but I don't know what is going on. That nobody check our song. Whatever we decide to release out now, we can just we just do it. Nobody arrest nobody. Whatever you think of singing, you do it. So I don't know why. You know, you cannot, when you put a law, it's only government that can put a law. And it's only government that can make it work. So I wouldn't know what exactly happens to that. But I'm just telling you that when we started music, those are the things that put us into the right path.
Fair enough, fair enough. So there was a particular time, sir, where you were doing music back to back, and all of a sudden it almost felt like we didn't have Dr. Adewale Ayuba anymore because you weren't doing the music anymore. And it's just so interesting that when you come out again, you still manage to come out with a bang. Like you want to listen to you over and over again. So now the question is, why did you go off at some point, and how do you make your music that when you come out with a bang again?
You see, I'll say it again. I give God the glory, and for all the talent that was given to me. It happened in 1995. I left Nigeria for a musical tour in America.
Okay.
With all my band boys, and we got there. I was told that I shouldn't come back to Nigeria because the military government then are looking for me.
Wow.
Yeah.
Because before leaving Nigeria, I released an album that they should try to release all the political detainees, like of MK Abiola. They should do the needful. Nigeria should be one. So when I got to America, I realized that they've arrested Elite Orlando because of that kind of music. And somebody called me from Abuja that they are looking for me. I should stay put in America. I came back in 1998 when Abacha died. That's when I came back to Nigeria.
Okay.
Dr. Adewale Ayuba, let's try come a little bit further at this point in time. And just as I said earlier, you're a legend. Your name is written as part of those who have actually transformed Fuji music into some very classical style. You've featured some of the younger generations, and you're still trying to prove as if you're one of the young ones then. Well, by and large, let's look at the younger ones coming up these days in Nigeria. How would you assess them? And what would you, as a legend, you've seen more than them, what lessons would you want them to take note of so that they don't make mistakes where the likes of you had probably made in the past?
Firstly, if you are talented, you don't need any substance before you can sing. You don't need to drink, you don't need to smoke before you can get to the stage. If you are saying, oh, I'm a shy person, I have to smoke, I have to drink, because I'm a crowd shy, that means you are not talented. And being a musician does not change your name. You have to be a. You see, humility is very important in all we do. Don't let the stardom get to your head. That is number one. If you are a man, being a musician does not allow you not to have a woman in the house. You must have a wife. It's very compulsory. You have to be a man. They don't call you a man if you are not having a woman in the house. If you don't have a children that you are nurturing, you are bringing up.
Yes, sir.
Some people run away. Hey, I'm in entertainment industry. I don't need a wife in my house. It's going to give me problem. It won't allow me to get to where I'm going to. 99% of my fans are ladies. I don't want a jealous wife. My dear, who finds a good wife? Ajibike can help me finish that.
Finds a good thing, sir.
Yes. What people don't know that marriage is from heaven. It's something that comes from God. That is compulsory. You have to do it. So that is the only thing I want to let people know, particularly people in the entertainment industry. You must marry. There's a blessing door that opens for you when you have a woman in the house. That's what people don't know.
Preach on, Daddy.
There's a blessing that comes with marriage.
Dr. Adewale,
so firstly, if you are if you are a musician, make sure if you are a man, you must have a woman in the house. When you get to your stage, that is where you perform. It's a character. Like me, my name is Adewale Ayuba on stage. When I'm off stage, I'm myself. It doesn't change you. It doesn't turn you to different things. That is the key note I want everybody to understand today.
Absolutely.
Okay. So there was this material that I read where you said you heard your daughter praying that
I can't hear you.
Said
the volume is off.
You heard your daughter. There was this material I read where you said you heard your daughter praying for a man like you. So I want to ask you, what does that imply to you? When you heard that, what was the first thing that came to your mind?
Well, I don't know what is wrong with the volume.
All right,
I hardly hear you now.
Okay, Doctor, can you hear
from my end though?
Can you hear me? Can you hear me now, sir? Can you hear me now, sir?
All right, I think we'll see how we can reconnect with Dr. Adewale Ayuba, one prominent Nigerian artist and globally accepted as well. While the doctor, can you hear us better now?
I can't hear you. Should I switch off and come back?
All right, let's see. We will reconnect with Dr. Adewale Ayuba,
yes, let's do that.
We will be back with him. It's still
Spring the
Light right here. We'll take one of his numerous songs. We'll be right back. Stay with us.
They come and they go, and they sing my Fuji. When they hear me, they sing, and they dance my music. Hello, Mr. Johnson. Negative has turned to positive by the grace of our Lord. We haven't seen nothing yet. Olo photo nínú ológo, ẹ̀rọ ayé lóde. Wọ́n fapá jánu lórí ìrọ̀lì, àwa tí lóde. Bẹ́ẹ̀ni o. Ibi lolórí tí ó kọ́mọ́, Adéwálé Ayúbá. Olórin tí ó kọ́mọ́, ọmọ Tálímọ̀ Ṣàdíyà. Ẹyẹ máa fi iṣẹ́ mi wé tí wọ́n jọlí. Ó yàtọ̀ sí jọlí kò dẹjọ́. ẹyẹ fomi balùwẹ̀ fiwé tó lókun àlùjọ ọwọ́ mi ló wà òṣùpá. Ajá tó ń lọ tó ń jùrùjùrù lójú ọlọ́dẹ ti pẹran tọ́lọ́dẹ ò jẹ ni. Ajá ti pata sọlọ́dẹ lẹ́nu olófo tó ń bínú ológo ẹ̀rọ ayé lóde. Wọ́n fapá jánu lórí ìrọ̀lẹ́ àwa tí lóde. Má lọ́nà gẹ̀rẹ́ má lọ sùn jọ. Má lọ́nà gẹ̀rẹ́ má lọ sùn jọ. Ó ti pọ̀ ju wélé bọ̀jẹ́. Má lọ́nà gẹ̀rẹ́ má lọ sùn jọ. Ó ti pọ̀ ju wélé bọ̀jẹ́. Má lọ́nà gẹ̀rẹ́ má lọ sùn jọ. Ó ti pọ̀ ju wélé bọ̀jẹ́. I work so hard towards my dreams. I never give up. Let no one put me down. Nobody calls me. Brave of the moment, but current forever. When people say no, mercy say yes. Oh, I be ni bí yàtọ̀ sóhun àbíní. Tí ẹ̀skẹ́ bá kó skẹ́, Fújì ló dáa fún àwọn Yankee náà wọ́pọ̀. Olófo tó ń bínú ológo, ẹ̀rọ ayé lóde. Wọ́n fapá jánu lórí ìrọ̀lẹ́, àwa tí lóde. Má lọ́nà gẹ̀rẹ́ má lọ sùn jọ. Má lọ́nà gẹ̀rẹ́ má lọ sùn jọ. Ó ti pọ̀ ju wélé bọ̀jẹ́. Má lọ́nà gẹ̀rẹ́ má lọ sùn jọ. Ó ti pọ̀ ju wélé bọ̀jẹ́. Má lọ́nà gẹ̀rẹ́ má lọ sùn jọ. Ó ti pọ̀ ju wélé bọ̀jẹ́. Olórin tí yóò kọ́ mọ́nù Adewale Ayuba.
Before we had to do some connections again, we were speaking with one of Nigeria's Fuji artists.
Finest.
Legend. Finest, right?
Finest,
All right.
come on.
Finest Fuji artist. Dr. Adewale Ayuba is live with us this morning. Thank you, Doctor. You can hear us clearer now?
Thank you. Yes, I can hear you, Tunde and Ajibike.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, I want him to answer that question that I put to him. So there was this material that I read about you where you heard your daughter praying for a man like daddy. When you heard that, what came to your mind? How did you feel about that?
You see, that is what every parent will pray to hear from their daughter or from their children, my dear.
Yeah.
I was so happy.
Wow.
That is honoring, man. I need to talk to her. I thank her. I really appreciate her. I said, daughter, you made my day, and God will bless you.
Amen.
God will bless you.
That
didn't touch me.
That goes to show that you haven't failed as a father. Yeah, that goes to show you hasn't failed as a father. So, but I'm going to ask you this personal question. How have you managed to stay married? I mean, discipline is not really, I am sorry to say this, is not very common among our musical and even our film artists, okay? Today you hear they are married, the next time you hear they are broken up and all that. So I don't know, I mean, you are a role model to a whole lot of us, and I'm sure like we have superstars listening and watching right now. So how have you managed to stay married? How have you managed to make the marriage work that you are still married to right now?
Yeah, I'll say I'll give God the glory, also my parents.
Okay.
Because I remember when I was trying to be a musician, my parents they don't want me to do that anyway.
Okay.
Both of them, they don't want me to sing. We had like a contractual agreement that if you are going to sing, you will not smoke, you will not drink. When you grow old to have a woman, you have to marry to one wife. See. So that is what I was trying to follow. That okay, this is what my parents told me to do, and I must have also. But when the time comes that okay, now I need a woman, I know that whoever that I'm going to marry is going to be my sister. I'm not going out from this. So see, you have to consider your wife as your sister, your daughter. That because if your daughter offends you, are you going to ask her to get her from the house? So, and I see it at the end of the day, when I'm now grown up, know what the word of God says about marriage, I realize that wow, I'm blessed. By having a woman in my house, I'm blessed. So it's a favor from God, and I see it as a necessity. Something that is very important. I can't do without. Wow. So when you have that kind of mind, then a woman will not leave your home. You will respect your wife. You know, a lot of people, particularly the superstars, will think, oh wow, I'm doing this guy a favor. I have a lot of girls pursuing me. Or for me to have decided to marry you, you should respect me. You should be kneeling down for me. You should take a control. You see, which is not normal. You don't become nothing without your wife. You see, behind a successful man, there must be a woman.
That's right.
So that is what people don't know. So I think those are the keys that I follow in my life.
All right. Doctor, because of the want of time, now quickly, let's look at what's the latest thing from Dr. Adewale Ayuba, or what's cooking? What should the world expect from Dr. Adewale Ayuba before 2023 wraps up?
You see, firstly, it's like we are trying to digitalize Fuji music. We are trying to put Fuji music to the disco hall.
Okay.
That is why I started with Koloba. Now I just did an uncommon, the video you just played now. So you know, that is what we are trying to do. And I want all my other Fuji artists to follow suit. You know, that is what we need now, because we don't really make so much money from our records. So if you release any album out now, hardly you'll be able to sell maybe 1,000. So we don't know what is causing that, because that is the problem that comes from piracy.
Yeah, right.
So, and it's only government that can eradicate that from our nation. So there's nothing we can do to that. So now we are trying to digitalize, go back to a single music of 2 minutes, 3 minutes music. So that is what we started from Koloba to Uncommon. That's exactly what I've been doing now, by the grace of God.
All right, Doctor, just get ready. You're going to give us 2 of your tracks, something from way back and something we are just dancing to. Because I personally, I know that there isn't a day I wouldn't listen to Koloba. I don't know, that vibes inside my car. You've killed it. But then let's look at what to expect from Dr. Adewale Ayuba. Are you dropping an LP? Are you dropping an album before the end of this year? What should your fans expect from you?
Yes, now I have 2 songs now with Koloba and Uncommon. So I'm trying to make it to like 5 songs. Okay. After that, I'll now put them together to make an album.
Wow. So we should look forward to that.
I pray by February, another song will come out.
Oh, February.
And of course, he's always coming out with a bang.
No doubt about that. No doubt about that. Let's just look at Days of Mr. Johnson. Bobo, you know, you give us that
Mr. Johnson.
I don't know. Maybe you still do that. You still do that.
That one can't get out of him.
I like that style a whole lot. But Dr. Adewale Ayuba, are you ready? You one old school and something new
from the now.
Before we call it a wrap on the show this morning, sir. Give it to us.
Yes, no, but I'll take a song from Mr. Johnson. Play for me.
One of my favorites.
What time is it?
Bonsway time, yeah.
I don't know that one.
What time is it?
What time is it, everybody?
Bonsway time.
Bonsway time, okay.
Ọdún tó kọjá lọ tẹ́ bá fi wé ìgbàgbé sẹ́yìn dè sí lọ. Mo ní bọ́ọ̀bù tó kọjá lọ tẹ́ ẹ bá fi wé. Tẹ́ ẹ bá fi wé ìgbàgbé ṣe ń jè sí lọ. Olórin tí ò bá mi dé o. Ẹ jáde ẹ wòran wa èrò yá. Ẹ jáde ẹ wòran wa. Àìbá wọn sí níbẹ̀ láì bá wọn dá sí níbẹ̀ aráyé kọjú sí. Àwọn oníkẹ́yìn sí ni. Mọ̀súwé ìtù gbogbo aṣáájú àjò.
The uniqueness of his voice is amazing.
Honestly.
He doesn't have to go to the studio. He should just record and he should just play to our ears.
Don't worry. I'll be one of your latest backups. I sing a whole lot. Give us something from your new singles before we call it a wrap.
Olófo tó ń bínú ológo, ẹ̀rọ ayé lóde. Wọ́n fapá dánú lórí ìrọ̀mì. Àwa tí dóde. Èmi lolórin tí ò kọ́mọ̀, Adewale Ayuba.
Aso.
Olórin tí ò kọ́mọ̀, ọmọ tálí mọ̀ ṣàdíyàn. Ẹyẹ máa fi ṣẹ́ mi wé tí wọ́n jọlí. Ó yàtọ̀ sí jọ́lí kò dẹjọ́. Ẹyẹ fún mi balùwẹ̀ fi wé tó lókun àlùjọ ọwọ́ mi ló wà òṣùpá. Ajá tó lọ tó jùrùjùrù lójú ọlọ́dẹ ti pẹran tọ́lọ́dẹ ò jẹ ni. Ajá ti pata sọ́lọ́dẹ lẹ́rù. Olófo tó ń bínú ológo ẹ̀rọ ayé lóde.
Dr. Tabati wá sọ tán, a máa bá wọn ta tán délẹ̀ o.
Mi ò ní lọ síbi kan, máa bá wọn ta tán délẹ̀. I don't care what they say.
All right, Doctor.
Mo ní kólóbá tó ní mo fẹ́ tọ́mọ yín.
I like that song. Doctor, you're going to sing along now. We're going to put up one of your songs. Then you take it up from there again. All right, my director. Let's do this before we say bye bye to the doctor.
Adewale Ayuba o, àwa la kọrin pátánà àgbà láwùjọ ìjó. Èmi ti kọrin náà ní ìgbà kan. Àwa la kàgbàgbà, àgbàgbà tó ń bẹ̀ lókè.
The volume is too low. I can't hear this. I can't hear the volume.
We bother now. Finally, we don't hammer now. Hustle, who don't pay now. Twale, Baba God now. Ele one day they say, Ile Ijo. My loss from Galaja, so Sigalao, Tito. Oh, yeah, go down like that. If you do well, you go talk my chat. You better don't break my heart. Oh, my God, go down like that. If you do well, you go talk my chat. You better don't break my heart. Oh, my God, it's Mr. Sugar. And TM Naija, na chief for you are. And TM Naija.
We are happy people, we make you happy. We are happy people, we make you happy. We are HAPPY. B-O-B-L-E. We are happy people, we make you happy.
That's the Royal Highness. Me and Mr. Jones just wanna make you happy. Like Barasati. Enemies fair come aside. Asati. We got a lot of chicks in the house. I flash, put lips in a pouch. Kiss, you know what the gist is about. Lips in your mouth, kiss. Okay now, okay now. I'ma get wild by me looking now. Okay now, no play now. I'ma get by me lost okay now. Your man lost his crown. That Shumar, the crown came home with me. Adewale. That's Ayuba.
Ẹ̀yin ló ní ìdá nǹkan àwa tí mọ̀ ọ̀dọ́mọdé àdàgbàlagbà àgbàlagbà àdàrúgbó. Ilé ayé
Koduro Deni Oh no, that is a beautiful one there, Dr. Adewale Ayuba. Honestly,
thank you, my dear. Thank you, Tunde. Thank you, Ajibike.
Yes, sir.
You've really made our morning, and I know so many people watching us at this moment in time. Kudos to you. We wish you the very best, and definitely we'll always get to talk to you. And one day, someday, when you are in Oshogbo, Osun State, we would love to have you live in the studio, which will be a pleasure to having you here, Dr. Adewale Ayuba.
Yes.
And
I'll be so happy about that. Thank you.
We'll look forward to that. It's been a pleasure talking to you. Please enjoy the rest of your day, and best regards to everybody.
I'm gonna miss seeing him on my screen. I almost feel like snapping him right now and just putting it in a frame, you know.
All right, definitely.
Thank you, Ajibike. I'm honored.
Thank you, Dr. Adewale Ayuba.
Bye, sir.
Yeah. All right, then.
Bye.
Upstanding, let's go there. I need your Fuji, everybody, anyone. Upstanding, I don't care what they say. Èwo ni koloba torí mo fẹ́ fọ́mọ yín. Èwo ni ti warrant officer torí mo fẹ́ fọ́mọ yín. Wọ́n bí mi mo tún ra bí èmi gangan la gbọ́dọ̀ bá mo jí bọ́lá mo bọ́lá jí mo fi ẹ̀ṣọ́ kọ bọ́lá ti tó. Fílẹ̀ má bá wọn tá tọ́ délẹ̀ o. Koloba rẹ̀ ò dá owó kò sí ṣáàṣì ò dá. Mo lélẹ́rẹ̀ ò dá kò sí ṣáàṣì ò dá. Àwọn kan bẹ́ nílẹ̀ yìí ojoojúmọ́ náà ṣọmọ wọn gbóná ju kò sí ṣáàṣì fọ orúkọ tẹ́lẹ̀rẹ̀ ni la fi mọ̀ wọ́n káàkiri. Ẹ̀bẹ̀ ni mo bẹ̀ yín o. Ìdọ̀bálẹ̀ mi máa rí ẹ̀jẹ̀ ń fẹ́ àwọn mi o. Fílẹ̀ bàbá wọn tá tán débẹ̀ o. Koloba àwọn tá tán délẹ̀ don't care what they say. Òun ni koloba torí mo fẹ́ fọ́mọ yín. Èwo ni ti bá wọn fọ́mọ yín. Wọ́n bí mi mo tún ra bí èmi gangan la bí bọ́lá mo bọ́lá jí bọ́lá mo fẹ́ ṣọ̀kọ̀ bọ́lá ti tó. Fílẹ̀ má bá wọn tá tán délẹ̀ o.
It's still Spring Delight right here from
No doubt.
Western Spring Television. We have quite a whole lot to serve you as we call it a wrap on the show this morning. We'll be back again next week, Saturday, on another very scintillating edition. Thank you to the entire transmission, the production team. Thank you to Pastor Kayode Alaka. Thank you, everybody, for making it happen on the show today. Tunde Idowu is my name at Irresistible TD on X. I'll see you next week, Saturday.
Why didn't you appreciate this woman that is always
to the better part of my life on set. Aloha to the sun.
Okay, but then yes, my name is Ajibike Anjorin. Follow me on all social media platforms at simply_Ajibs. I'm going to follow you right back.
We'll see you
next week.
Bye.